even though there's that sense that it's kind of a teaching tool to introduce the kids to be able to listen and hear the different voices in the orchestra. But there's nothing condescending or simplistic in what he's written. And if you are more experienced as a listener, it's wonderful to kind of, oh yeah, right, this is the basis, to be reminded. So everyone can appreciate it. Well, I'm a broken record. The humor.
Right.
I mean, it's funny. There's funny bits musically. There's the you wouldn't necessarily know it for the text, but the text actually, I think, will have a lot of places where people will actually laugh. The performance of it, what I'm looking forward to is how much everybody's just going to enjoy it. Well, the main thing is you cannot improvise. And in a live stage, even if it's really rehearsed, even sometimes when it's Shakespeare, you can wind up getting a sense, I'm going to try this live. It's not anything you ever did in rehearsal. And sometimes you'll have actors that'll be angry about that. But but most of the time, especially in Chicago with such a strong tradition of that, that's part of what the joy is that in performance, you might wind up coming up with something that deepens what you've done before. And you can't do that. That's not the way you're going to deepen your performance here. You have such a responsibility not to mess up somebody else's performance, because there's no way for them to cover. There's no way for them to, and that's one of the things. You miss a line in a, you drop a line in a show, and sometimes that actually becomes very exciting as the folks on stage figure out how to salvage this. There's not a way to do that. I mean, I think it's much more akin in that way to, to ballet. First, it has been that I've taken out the text separately, so there you have it, and am learning it just as the text. So doing the same kind of analysis that I do with, particularly if I'm working with Shakespeare, and that as much as possible, I can be off book when I do it, though I will have the score with me because I can't memorize the score. So I really need to be following along about when I'm coming in. It's been on my oh man, I wish someday. So when Greg first contacted me a few years ago about doing How the Grinch Stole Christmas, that was #1 on my list. Please let me sometime be able to do the Grinch. So then when he contacted me about Peter and the Wolf, was like, two I've done. And then the third is, I'll put it out there in the universe. Being from Illinois, I've always wanted to be able to do the Lincoln Portrait by Aaron Copland.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll put it on our list then. Right.
Yeah, not just to the universe, but get this back to Greg when he's programming.